coffee machines. They have a very big collection of coffee machines.
Yeah, they've got some really fantastic hardware in here, I've noticed. But
yeah, shakers and everything.
Okay,
and so now we're going to go to the where we actually store the.
This is fantastic.
As I said, there's
Stephanie, get ready. My gosh.
Awesome. And look at the collection of bottle
corkscrews.
Yes, corkscrews. They're all divided in typologies or periods.
High chairs.
Collection of high chairs.
Yeah.
Here more.
Super cool.
These were from an old canteen, an old enologist canteen.
So some of the very, very expensive wines are in here?
Yes, those are not on the wine list. There are collections, and some of them are the old labels before the sort of rearranging of the aesthetic parts of some of the wine producers, and so they're not possible to find anymore. And some of them are not drinkable, but they're important because of the labels.
Right, and you know what I love about this is because, and I'm understanding a lot from sommeliers such as yourself why wine is so important in terms of history, because you can actually taste something from that specific time, and what a magical thing.
Yes,
so,
yes. And it's always a discovery. What makes it really a fascinating part of my work, okay, I can say, as if after a certain number of years, wine is something absolutely alive, of course, and after a certain number of years,
yes,
it's so each bottle has a proper life. So, for example, if these are all the same vintage, I open those 7 bottles.
yes,
Were left in the same place, there will not be one the same as the other. This makes it really, really super. And so it's up to you, of course, to be able to pick very, very small differences between one bottle and another, and that's incredible.
Well, that's what you do. When people come to dine here, you can actually know down to these very details of the taste.
Yes.
And so that's why, it's such a fine dining experience here in the Lazio region. That's what I think.
Thank you. These are all the liquors that are home produced.
My goodness gracious.
The owner has this passion, and he produces something like 30 different typologies of homemade liquors using spices, fruits, for example, cinnamon prunes, like calores or rosemary or lemon licorice, cinnamon and tangerine, grapefruit, whatever.
So interesting, my goodness. And
now
this
is the heart of the cellar.
Yes.
So this is where we store the wines. This is a little corner for the dessert wines and the sweet ones.
Now these numbers here, 236, 236, 237.
I have been numbering them, and this is a code to find the bottles that are lying down. Sort of, it's a little bit quicker, and it helps me to keep the inventory.
So you're really responsible for the management of the cellar to a large degree?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Together also with Gabriele, which is the brother of Matteo that you've met upstairs.
Okay.
We are responsible for this, and he also is a sommelier. But actually, I've been doing all this, numbering and sending out the bottles. But the choice is up to Gabriele, and most of us, we try the wines together and we select them together.
For me, what's just amazing is the labyrinth of it, like the depth of the cellar. Like you can see here going back, like I'm just showing the viewers, like this goes back and back. And like you come in here and you're in these very narrow hallways, stuff is here behind me, and it's like, just nothing like this, in my opinion, exists in Italy or Europe that I've seen to date, honestly.
It's actually, one thing is having a cellar outside, building a big, enormous place, just building it up and putting wines in. One thing is caving all this under the level of the road in the rock.
Yeah.
And in a restaurant, so it's quite a big selection. And also, I would like you to notice the difference. Where we were before, it was solid rock. Here it is tuffo. Tuffo is earthy and moisty. And what you feel here is a natural temperature and natural moist. We don't do anything to change this. So,
So yeah, that's what is amazing to me, is that within these caves and labyrinths, you've got this extensive wine cellar here in Italy at the Ristorante Paganelli. Some of the finest wines from all over Italy and Europe as well. There's lots of different types here.
Here are all this is all for the Tuscany wines. This is a part of the Tuscany wines. Here are lying the important wines to be aged. And here we have all verticals of Brunelli.
Excuse me, but how do you get in here? I mean, like, I don't think I could fit through there. I don't even know. My sweet friend Steph, I don't even think you could get in there either. Look at this.
They built it around me. I mustn't get
Can
any
you get
weight.
in there?
Yes.
My God.
I have been numbering.
Look at this, Steph. Can you get in there?
Maybe. Sideways.
Well, I don't know if I could. Anyway.
I have been numbering the bottles in there, so going like this.
Wow.
So this is what we say. I mean, we joke a little bit on this part. We say it's the caveau, but actually this is where we store very precious bottles.
Okay.
And here we have all the Piemontese bottles. So we're talking about old Baroli and Barbareschi aging here for 30, 40, even more.
So what would an average bottle like of this type sell for?
Well, we have bottles. Well, the selection is from the 17 euro up to the 8,000.
You're right. That's what I heard.
And here, obviously, are the most important and precious ones, the most old ones, and let's say all the most expensive ones. And they're locked up in this here.
So the $8,000 bottles in here.
Yes, and
all right. Well, now I'm in here, guys. So I'm kidding. Okay. Cool. Wow.
Here you have all the verticals of Brunelli, of Biondisanti from the 68 Reserve, which is a very precious one, and all the Sassicaia from the 80s. So
unreal, hey? Wow. Isn't it stuff like out of this world?
Never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like it in all my travels. Thank you so much, Monica.
You're welcome. Such a pleasure.
I'm really happy to have our guests coming here to have such a tremendous experience all the time. You know, we have just had the best feedback about Ristorante Paganelli and the cellar and the wine tasting experiences.
Here we are. This is actually the end of the cellar, and just to give you an idea of how it moves around, imagine to get out of the restaurant, to cross the main road, and there's a car park in front of you. We're under the car park. So this is how it moves along. It's very, very big.
Super expensive.
It crosses the road and
unreal.